It is a beautiful sunny day. I'm hoping it stays that way and that we don't have more rain. I'm hoping that it doesn't get too hot because I've really got to pull my garlic today. I think it's time. I was thinking I had a couple more weeks, but after going through that bed and weeding it, yes, I weeded a bed. Aren't you proud of me? I discovered that a lot of them were actually further along than I thought, and they're starting to topple over, which means they're ready. And the ground is so saturated that I'm afraid that if I leave them to try to grow them longer, that they're just gonna rot. So we are gonna have to pull those today. So while Ryan got a lot of work done in the garden, so did I. I weeded this entire garlic bed up to the back there. I didn't finish. I had like 2 more feet left, but my fingers were just burning from pain. And I did this much of the asparagus bed as well. So I got a good bit done, but you see that garlic is just done. I mean, most of them are falling over and turning completely yellow. So it is time to pull them out. You notice I just laid my weeds in the path. It's kind of like a chop and drop method. Any weeds that I was pulling hadn't gone to seed yet for the most part. So I was just laying them in the path and they'll decompose back into the ground. And now I've got all this mulch right here up close so that I don't have to get a wheelbarrow to move it in. So I'm gonna be able to just dig my shovel in here and place the mulch where I need it to be. I'm loving this big elderberry that came up last year and bloomed. It had 1 big bloom last year. This year it's got a lot more. I don't know if you can see it. It's a very big umbel and very tall elderberry. So it's not the ideal for production because it's so tall that it's hard to reach the blooms or berries. But those berry umbels, or those bloom umbels, are so huge that I'm sure it's going to produce a ton of berries. So we hopefully should be able to get some of those berries before the birds.
If it fits, I sit. Even if it's got food in it still. You silly baby. You so silly.
So, we have been experiencing a little bit of technical difficulties with Fancy and her baby. Nothing major, but I don't know if you noticed in the video, he was nursing and then he lost the teat and he tried to get it in his mouth again and he couldn't get it back in his mouth again, and it's because of how long and big her teats are. He's kind of struggling with that. So we have been actually holding him and the teat till he latches, and then letting him go and letting him nurse every couple of hours. So we're doing that to make sure he's getting enough, and we're doing that to make sure he learns how to do it himself. I have attempted to give him a bottle a couple of times, and he has no interest in that nipple at all. I was just doing that as a precautionary, just in case he continues to have difficulty, but he's definitely getting enough milk because he's very perky, he's very active, and he's pooping. So we know he's getting a good amount to eat. It's just a little concerning that he's not able to do it all the time on his own. He does it on his own every once in a while, but usually we have to angle the teat upwards for him to get a good grip. He's getting better and better. Each time I come in here, I place him underneath her and try to let him figure it out first. But then he gets frustrated and he gives up and he walks away. So I know he's still hungry, so I go ahead and I take him again and I put him back under her again, and we do that a couple of times, and then we make sure it goes in his mouth. There have been several times that he's done it on his own, so I know he can do it. He's just, he gives up before it starts to frustrate him. This baby's too cute. Sitting in your boo-boo. Everybody got the 6-week herbal dewormer today, so he's nibbling on some of those herbals dewormer, some of the herbs in the dewormer, so that's good. What are you doing, Nancy? You're my girl. She's so funny. What are you doing? I love you. Anyway, so you saw him nibbling on the food. He wasn't eating. He was just licking and tasting. But Fancy is being really good mom. She's licking his bum. She cries when he's not near her. But she is acting a little different with me. She is sad when I leave her. She cries out for me. We put Shady Girl in here with her last night so she'd have a companion, and it didn't seem to make a difference. She definitely wants mom and dad. She does it to Ryan too. So when we're in here, she's quiet and comfy and happy. When we leave this stall, she starts bellowing for us, and it's definitely calling out for us. So I don't know why she's wanting us to stick by her side so much. She's got a good appetite. Her poop is good. Her eating is good. Her appetite is good. She's drinking plenty. She's hydrated. Everything seems fine except for her emotional state. She's just a little clingy to mommy, which, you know, I mean, it just could be coincidence. And I also wonder too, you know, I noticed a little behavior change with her when we started putting the 2 new girls in the same stall as her at night. They both have type A personalities, and they're both alpha personalities trying to be queen herds. And by the new girls, I mean Daisy, Mays, and Dominique. So she is also type A trying to be queen herd. I wonder if she feels neglected a little bit, maybe, because she used to always come straight to the door in the morning and stand up on the door and say hello to me, and she hasn't been doing that with them in there. So I don't know if they're not letting her or if they're bullying her. So I think after everything settles down from the kidding, I'm going to rearrange the stalls again and give her a little bit more of her leadership back, and maybe that'll help her mental state. You guys probably think I'm crazy for thinking about my goat's mental state and emotional well-being, but this is Fancy Girl, and she's special. All my goats are special, and I am a little weird, but that's okay. It's what works for me. Every goat herd is going to be different and have their own philosophies and ways of doing things, and this is mine. So that's what I'm sharing with you guys. And overall, everything seems to be going good. When the baby was being born, I was trying to think of a name. When the storm started happening, I immediately said to myself, oh gosh, If it's a girl, her name's gonna be Stormy, and if it's a boy, it's gonna be Thunder. But I started calling him Thunder the first day, and it didn't really click. It never stuck to him. It didn't seem like his name. And so then I tried Thor for a little bit, and Zeus, trying to, you know, think of some names that made me think of the storms, and neither of those really seemed to fit him either. I kept on telling Ryan, he's so full of life, he's so, you know, vigorous. He's very active for such a little baby. Of course, he's sleeping right now. He's resting. Oh, don't let that soldier fly land on you. Oh, that silly fly. But he, in all of his silliness, does have a new name. It was really funny because in my homestead, in my Facebook group, the Wholesome Roots Farmstead Friends Facebook group that I have, I posted the video of his birth, and my mom commented and said you should name him Thunder. And then my friend Renate posted, I think I just pronounced her name wrong. Did I pronounce your name wrong, hon? I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, that was the cutest baby mama hug ever. Why are you yawning? Is it because I trimmed your feet? Now you're not comfortable? I trimmed her hooves this morning when I milked her out, and one of them I cut a little bit low. It didn't bleed, but I could see pinkish, so I hope I didn't hurt her. Anyway, so then she commented and said, how about a Polish or Lithuanian name? For those of you that don't know, I am from Lithuanian heritage, and I thought, oh my gosh, what is the word for thunder in Lithuanian? That would be perfect. My mom is the one who, you know, carries the Lithuanian blood, so it was kind of cool that they both were the ones that commented on the naming. And so I googled Lithuanian thunder, and of course the perfect name popped up right away. Perkūnas. Perkūnas is the Lithuanian god of thunder, and I can call him Perky for short because he's so perky. Isn't that perfect? So Perkūnas and Perky as a nickname. Isn't that the best? Oh, look at him. He's so cute. So I know that he's getting plenty of milk because of his activity level being so high. He's very energetic. I tried to let them go out today because he is so energetic, but Mama said no. I left the stall door open as I was letting everybody out, and they stepped out of the stall, and then she went back in the stall and called him back in. So I got her set up with extra grain and extra hay. And see, she loves that baby. She's very attentive. She's gonna go over to him and lay down with him, and then I won't be able to get out. So they're good. They're doing well, and we're very happy with this little baby Perky. You're naughty. These naughty bucks have destroyed these ducks' enclosure. The goats are really loving this new paddock area and all of the forage options. They're having a blast out here. This elderberry bush is in full beautiful bloom. It's doing really, really well. I'm excited. I need to harvest some of the blooms before they drop off so that I can make some cordial. Yummy elderflower cordial. I'm not trying to point out the poison ivy, but I'm going to try not to touch it. For those of you who were with us last year, you'll know that we have an abundant supply of chanterelle mushrooms. This is a chanterelle that's just coming out of the earth. Not even close to needing to be picked yet. Okay, what is it with poison ivy and chanterelles? You guys need to go out of my way. I'm gonna try to reach down here and grab this greenbrier to use it against the poison ivy. So if you see under there, here, maybe try this way, is another chanterelle popping up through poison ivy vine. So I probably won't pick that one. But you can see it's a little bit bigger and a little closer to being picked. Over here, we have another one. Looks like the bugs are already eating it. A lot of times I'll pick them at that stage because I'm afraid the bugs are gonna eat too many of them. But they're, if you part the soil, oh, that's one where I picked. So I picked some already yesterday from in here. They're hard to see sometimes with this taller grass, but I just search all through this area because this is where we had them all popping up last year. It's just along the fence here, right on my walk. I've even had them come up in the driveway. That was actually the first time I saw one, and I thought, that's impossible. The first time I saw a chanterelle, and it's in my own backyard, and in a driveway at that. I don't see any coming up in the driveway. Nope, that's a leaf. But they definitely will do that, and then we'll see them throughout this area here, all the way up under that oak tree, all the way out to the path, just sporadically. And then last year, for the first time, we saw them over by the trampoline as well. So they are expanding their area that they grow in, and it's pretty awesome that they're right here in our own backyard. And then, as a lot of you know, I go to my friend's house on Saturday for dinner, and she has 25 acres of beautiful natural forest mostly, and whenever we go hiking there, there are hundreds upon hundreds of chanterelle mushrooms. Like, I kid you not, we were carrying out basketfuls. There's actually a video on that, foraging for mushrooms, chanterelle mushrooms, from last year. So I'm hoping that we get to go there. Seeing how we've had all this rain, it really encourages the mushrooms to grow. So anyway, that is what we have been up to here on the homestead. I don't know if you guys have seen this one before. It's a spider plant. Here, there we go, that's better. Ryan got a bunch of these from work. They were the stock plants that they used for propagation, and they had too many, and they were unloading them, and Ryan said, can I take some? Sure thing. So we've got our whole entire porch lined with them now. I'm really excited about it. It's pretty. Thank you guys for watching. You know the drill. We'll see you next time on Wholesome Roots.